No. Miranda, this man does not need to be inside of you. You need to run.
Yeah.
Give him a lollipop and put on Pulp Fiction.
Welcome back to And Just Like Yap. I'm Caroline.
I'm Andy.
And we are here for another very, very, very special Sex and the City recap featuring a very special guest near and dear to my heart. I know them originally from Chicago. I knew them when they were in undergrad as they were just starting their comedy journey in Chicago. And now they are in New York and they are your internet's favorite Kim Davis impersonator. So let's bring Rogue into the call. It's Rogue Schmidt.
Oh my God. I can't even think about undergrad.
I know. I know, little baby Rogue. Now, Rogue, what is your relationship to Sex and the City?
Sex and the City, like all great things that have come across my desk, have been post moving to Chicago. I had no concept of Sex and the City pre-2017.
Wow.
So then when I stumbled upon it on a little app called HBO Max, I was like, wait, a show about four women. And I remember watching it being like, oh shit, they're like tackling some like real shit in here. Like this feels very authentic and fun. And I gobbled that shit up. I think all 6 seasons within like 2 weeks.
It's the only way.
The quintessential experience, yes.
Yeah.
You know, you go through all the ups and downs, you cry when it's over. It's that scene from Call Me By Your Name where he's just staring into the fire sobbing. So that's my Sex and the City. And I haven't done And Just Like That properly. I only know about Che Diaz.
Che is like one of the most shocking figures on television.
What I can say about Che Diaz is I know a Che Diaz. I know a lesbian stand-up that is just copy and paste Che Diaz. And to that, I say that the writers did a 10 out of 10 on Che Diaz.
Having now, binge the entire original series, which character from the series or the extended universe of the series do you feel like you most closely are? It doesn't have to be one of the core 4 women.
I've thought about this. I've agonized over this. I've asked my partner on this because there's no one who knows you better than your partner. And we decided I am the self-absorption of Carrie. I am the gumption of Miranda.
Okay.
I am the kindness of Charlotte. And I am the non-judgmentalness of Samantha. And I'm like an amalgamation of all 4. I'm the friend that you call when you're like, I need to bury a dead body. And I've been told that
You are the goodbye Earl
by
friend.
many friends. Yeah.
So Rogue has chosen The Cheating Curve. Season 2, episode 6, aired July 11th, 1999. Written by the one Darren Star. And it is the infamous episode where Charlotte hangs out with the lesbians. Now, Rogue, why did you pick this episode?
Oh, this episode is fucking crazy. It is like a Stefan pitch from SNL where it's like, this episode has everything. It's got Diaphragm stuck up pussies, lesbians buying art, a Schindler's List reference, a man watching porn, lightning bolt pubes. The list goes on of shit that's in this episode where you're just like, wait, what?
Keep in mind, it's 25 minutes. All of that in 25
And it's before the year 2000. This is all before, like, pre 9/11.
There's fondue. There's fondue.
We're getting into the fondue. Don't you fret. And now that you've lived in New York, how do you feel like this relates to your, like, New York experience now?
Oh, Lord. I've only interacted with lesbians in their 20s and mid to early 30s. And whatever happened during COVID, we are all acting like we're in our mid-20s again. The way that this episode presents put together lesbians, lesbians with 401ks, lesbians with expendable income to spend on art. That does not exist in my world. All the lesbians I know are hammering down cigarettes, getting shit-faced at bars, covered in glow-in-the-dark paint, going to fake wrestling shows, fake pillow fights on stage. The lesbians of this episode would look at us and think it was like the children from Recess, the kindergartners.
Oh, yeah.
Rogue, it sounds like what you're describing is like those episodes of the L Word. Isn't there like, there's like some sort of like Jello wrestling?
L Word is like not in my wheelhouse, and I feel like I do need to tap in.
The L Word's not in my wheelhouse.
Wow.
Because I was too scared to watch the L Word when I would see it on the TV guide.
Yeah.
It was the pre-coming out, the like child in you that knows it's a lesbian and knows it's a thing to be feared for Central Illinoisians. Clicking on it would be saying to myself, I'm interested in watching that because I'm a lesbian. And that was too much. So I would pass by it and I'd hit Charmed instead.
Let's get into the cheating curve. Charlotte has a gallery opening for Yael, a lesbian painter from Brooklyn Heights. And what I'll say in general, the overtones of this episode, because again, it's 1999, and Darren Star wrote it. It just feels like there's a little bit of internalized homophobia about lesbians and how he has written about them, and we'll see that come out very quickly. Lesbian chic meets art world cool, and we meet Gareth Davis, Charlotte's insane date for the evening, and we can see him like putting his hand on Charlotte's ass here. And there's this like blonde woman that walks by that we're going to come back to in a second. He's checked out of this conversation with Charlotte and he's moved on to the next pretty thing. Miranda's here with a documentary filmmaker named Ethan that she met the week before. And our two gals, Samantha and Carrie, are together. Nobody told me it was BYO man. Carrie's like, well, what did you expect? It's a lesbian art show, which is just so funny. There's a lot of like funny foreshadowing. It's like, because then this is 2 seasons before Samantha's a lesbian briefly with an artist.
All lesbians do is make art. All we do.
We wouldn't have any art otherwise.
Samantha makes, like, of course, the broad strokes comment, like, that don't straight guys usually follow lesbians around. Good assumption to make.
Straight men harass lesbians at bisexual bars. The interactions that I've had with straight men in queer spaces have all been horrendous.
I'm sure.
And the fact that these men are in this, I'm like, oh, this is the bottom of the barrel. Boys.
We see all these like glamorous power lesbians in their like amazing suits buying art, and then you see Gareth who looks like a fucking frog, and Miranda, who talks a lot and is very opinionated, is having her ear talked off by this other motherfucker. So we're setting the scene already.
And Samantha sees her trainer from the gym somehow has ended up at this gallery opening from across the room, and that we should see his squat thrust. I was like, oh boy, all right, we're in for an adventure with her trainer. And Carrie is faking that she's ill. How do we feel about Carrie season 2?
I mean, it's the thing that we all think about Carrie, like, get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together. Because we know it as a cycle. I'm so curious as to what the viewers of 1999 thought. But I do think this is one of the first times that we're seeing how cyclical it is with her and Big. I mean, we're watching hindsight 2020. We know the Peloton that ends this man's life. These are his glory days. I think I can't divorce my own feelings about how I would feel if a friend did that, because I would just want my friend to not say that she's ill and just be like, this isn't my jam. I've got other plans. I've got to go. But instead she's like, oh, a headache perchance has hit my frontal lobe. Like,
just so you got hysteria. Like
yes.
a normal woman.
I'm getting the vapors.
Yeah. And she ends up at Big's, and here's the thing. I hate Aiden, and I'm a big apologist. So this just, like, let's know this going into as we go further. And unfortunately, as this goes on, I'm on Big's side this episode. Carrie is also not being straightforward about anything. Like, he's trying to meet her where she's at, and, like, she's also not being straightforward. Remember, she's, I think, 33, allegedly, this season. She turns 35 in season 4.
Hurts my feeling.
I know. She shows up at Big's doorsteps, ready to, you know, bang it out. Got some smooching, talking about how seeing an emotionally unavailable man, but, like, the guilt works like an aphrodisiac, and she's never felt sexier or more alive in your life. I mean, yeah, she knows what she's doing. But we're back with her favorites. The lesbians are here, flaunting their disposable income. We find out more that these are the power lesbians. They're in their tailored suits, and they talk about buying this piece. So all the paintings in this exhibit are Sally Davies, an artist in New York. My favorite thing I found out that she's done, she started this thing in 2010 that called the Happy Meal Project. She purchased a Happy Meal, and she has taken a picture of this same Happy Meal, one picture a day, for at least 15 years. And it only smelled apparently for one day, and then it stopped. Her dogs don't even want to try and eat it. And it's just, and it's never been refrigerated, and it's never changed. And these are like a time stamp of like a lot of the images.
Oh no. As a Filet-O-Fish apologist, this hurts my heart to hear this.
Morgan Spurlock could never. This is shocking.
I knew this. I was like, once this showed up, I was like, you two are going to lose your mind. We find out Charlotte's never sold out a show before in her life. So she's like on, you know, cloud power lesbian. So she's going back to the storeroom, and here we go. We get the haunted look from, it's funny, I feel like this shot of Charlotte happens several times throughout the series. Because this is like the shot we also see of her when she discovers Trey masturbating. It's like this like shocked look from Charlotte. Gareth is of course making out with that blonde. Hey, relax, we're just kissing, shut up. And I'll see you in there. Men are dogs.
Dogs with a WG. To then be like, relax, I'm coming upstairs. Like, get out.
Yeah.
You're done.
Right now, it's the end of you and me, to quote JoJo.
Right now, I'm planning on ways to like steal your credit cards, spend all your money. I'm trying to do a hit 'em up style. That's what I'm trying to do. If you do this to me, you're done.
And we cut to one of my favorite shots that we get like of the girls. They're at the flea market. They're just like on the streets of New York. We're getting the thesis statement of the episode about the cheating curve. Charlotte is clearly upset that he's, you know, kissed her and pretended he wasn't cheating on her. And Carrie's like, well, maybe he doesn't consider kissing cheating. And Samantha's like, well, it was only your second date. I think I'm on Sam's side there. Again, you should not be, while you're actively on a date with someone, you shouldn't be kissing with someone else. Like, that's like bad form. There's no like titles.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say cheating, because I would never want to claim that I was actually in a relationship with this fucking asshole. I really would have tried to commit violence against that man. Like the fact that Charlotte just like storms out in a huff, like a light huff, like not enough. It's not enough. Too nice.
Yeah, way too nice. This man is not getting enough violence against him. And Miranda, holding two balls. She talks about some guy she dated, the married guy with 2 kids on Park Avenue. He didn't consider fucking below 23rd Street cheating. And Samantha delivers the iconic line, men cheat for the same reason that dogs lick their balls, because they can.
I have to say how cunty Miranda's hair is. I mean, this, the color palette of the red and the royal blue, I'm
great.
Like, you're giving me everything, and then lemonade's $1.
And the dolls continue, and of course now Carrie's like, she's got to introduce her sexual anthropologist view into the chat. I think there's a cheating curve, that someone's definition of what constitutes cheating is in direct proportion to how much they themselves want to cheat. And Miranda says that's moral relativism, and Carrie says I prefer to think of that as quantum cheating. So it's like, I don't know, it's like justifying her behavior. I think like that's all like the undertones of all this, is justifying what she's doing with Big by not telling the girls what's like actually happening.
The writing is stunning.
When I was like 14, 15, 16 watching this, I definitely like thought that I was bringing this like energy and discourse to like my friend groups. I probably was not. The rhythm of it and like all the like witty little quips, there were definitely times I would be like at the mall with my friends and I would be like, here's a little bon mot.
I'm obsessed with that.
And then Samantha tells us, she was like, well, cheating is defined by the act of getting caught. One doesn't exist without the other. We get into Carrie's then, our favorite voiceover moment. She's like crouched, like she's like in the forest, like Nell, like on the bed typing.
No.
It's just... No. My favorite woodland forest freak.
Not a Nell mention on this podcast. Oh my god.
She doesn't get enough credit. So this is like now the thesis statement that we've got for our episode. Like all of our gals are going to be diving into some version of cheating as we like move forward, which is like fascinating. And we go to Samantha is at the gym with her trainer. And we find everybody cheats. That's the great thing about having a trainer. And she's like, well, I guess I better behave then. We find out his name is Thor. Charlotte is back at the art gallery. She's on the phone with Gareth, and he's at the bottom of the barrel excuses of like why he's kissing this woman. But you're the one I want to sleep with. Shut up. Hang up the phone. And she felt her life take a fortuitous turn because our power lesbians have walked in. They do a nice like little comment to Charlotte saying, we love the Prada loafers. Power lesbians in their shoes are like Wall Street brokers and their cigars. So I was like, where did Darren Star hear this?
What is like the present day?
Lesbians and their carabiners.
Yeah, sure.
Cut off tanks, septum piercings.
Oh, sure.
I mean, the list goes on.
Lydia has one of those fake 90s jobs that I always think are so cool. She's a VP at Warner Music.
The VP of Warner Music is like an AI server.
Yeah.
One of the little robots I always have to dodge when I'm walking in LA that are delivering Thai to someone. And we find out these two used to be together, and they're 5 years. They're just friends now, which like, if we're playing into stereotypes, this is what we know, I think, as like lesbians are represented in culture, sharing split custody of a $10,000 painting.
And I'm sure not written 3 cats. They rotate those cats throughout those homes.
Oh my God. And they invite Charlotte for a drink, and Charlotte is feeling curious. She couldn't think of a good reason not to go, and she said she'd love to. So they go to a drink at G-Spot, which I did look up to see if this was a bar. They call it Ginger's Bar.
Oh, yeah.
The only lesbian bar in Brooklyn as of 2022.
There's now more lesbian bars in Brooklyn. There's Ginger's, there is The Bush, there is a new one that I don't know. There might be 2 new ones.
Yeah.
There's only like 38 quote unquote lesbian bars, queer sapphic bars. There's only like 38 in the country. And I think the most amount is in New York City.
We need to up that number. Let's stop the podcast and open some.
Let's open more. Y'all.
They go to dinner and scintillating conversation at Lux with an even hotter sapphic chef.
Where are the sapphic chefs? I need a listicle. I need to know immediately where the hot sapphic chefs are in New York City. So please, someone in the comments, let me know. What I will say about this scene, in particular, the framing of it, this is crazy. A queer awakening. This is a gay awakening, because I do believe that Charlotte is lesbian coded, obviously. But like, the lesbians, they've sniffed it out. They're like, I know you. Because I used to hang out with people and I was like, oh, when did you know you were a lesbian? And I would hang out with lesbians, and I was always asking lesbians, just like I was always asking non-binary people, like, how'd you like know you're non-binary? Like when did you start like questioning that? What questions were you asking yourself? Fully. And I feel like Charlotte's embrace of the lesbians, it makes me think something's there.
There's a glimmer there, Charlotte. Don't ignore the glimmer. You're dancing at the back of that cervix.
Keep going. You'll reach the ovaries eventually. Come on in. That uterine lining's waiting for you.
Come in.
The production design of this is crazy.
Okay, we need 2 large red gym mats.
Yes. And we cut to, oh God, this is hell on earth. Miranda with this film bro. We find out Ethan is a documentary filmmaker. Miranda has been forced against her will to see a documentary about famous Holocaust documentary Shoah. And he says it's much better than that fake Stacey Schindler's List. And he says, you want to come back to my place? So we go upstairs, we're like, okay, Miranda's like taking the reins, she's taking control of the evening, hoping that he's like just as passionate like about having sex as he is about filmmaking. And we get the horrifying sequence. He grabs his remote and turns on a porn in the background. And she says, what's that for? And he's like, just something to get us in the mood. And he's like, I think it's kind of sexy, don't you? And we were like left with these two insane people doing gymnastics. How do we feel about this?
Here's how I feel about this. You just bitched and moaned about the fakiness and the staginess of narrative film, and now you want to glorify pornography? The most staged form of video? I really just want to like swoop in and be like, no, Miranda, we need to go somewhere else. I want to shrink. This man does not need to be inside of you. You need to run for the doors. Give him a lollipop and put on Pulp Fiction.
I do have to say, I have an unfortunate me as Ethan story in college. I was making out with a guy, and they turned on the TV, and they were just like, just putting on like something. Puts on Order of the Phoenix, and then like it's near the end of the movie, and I was like, oh no, Sirius Black is about to die. And I remember like I looked, we were like pausing and making out, and they're like, are you like looking at them? I was like, I'm sorry, you put the wrong thing on my TV.
I have no words.
I was 21.
Nothing like the Order of the Phoenix to get us in the mood.
Gary Oldman with hair extensions.
Because, like, you know, you gotta put on, like, ambient noise, like, in the background, but it's just, like, unfortunately, that was not the media that I could neutralize. We still made out afterwards. We're fine. And we find out the porn really turns Ethan on, and Miranda's like, aren't I enough? And unfortunately, Miranda, you're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah, sex is like, in this situation, a two-person activity. And if one person is like, almost like trying to sneak porn, except it's got the craziest sounds. It's like, we did not discuss this.
You can't just, like, thrust your kink upon another person without, like, any introduction.
And, like, to only have it be in your view, you could watch it together.
Maybe show Miranda your collection and let her pick something out.
Yes. You made her watch Showa. Let her pick the porn.
And also to have it on DVD or VHS, right? Like, if you want porn, you have to have the ritual of going into a Blockbuster or Family Video and going into the back room. And you have to look over your shoulder to make sure you don't know anyone. That's a part of the thrill, or at least it would be for me.
Oh, of course. That room scared me as a child. And I think that's because I grew up in the South. I was like, I'm not going near the 18 plus area.
I was like, I was like, what's in here? Oh, naked girly pops? I don't want to be in here for any other reason.
I got lost.
Oh my, I'm sorry. I thought I was looking for billboard dads.
If I were Miranda, leave. At this point, like, why are we, like, continuing this? The TV goes silent, and he says, can you move your head a bit to the right?
I'm out.
And then we go to Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf headquarters.
Why does Big look like a stage manager?
Yeah. Our Steve Jobs at the cigar bar, you know? Big, and also you should be nervous because, as we know, Carrie uses her oven for her shoe storage. So it's like, Carrie is not a chef. You didn't cook, you just heated up cheese, and she's like, and tore up little pieces of bread. And we get this insane face of him trying to eat the fondue. I was like, okay, Carrie, how do you like mess up fondue? It looks like she just melted Velveeta. This is like a recipe of like what you should put in fondue. It's like you mix more than one cheese. You need cornstarch to like thicken it a bit. You need garlic. You need a little white wine. Babe, like you can't just like melt cheese and call it a day.
And you need eyeliner at Sephora.
I know. My algorithm says time to make a purchase. If I were Big in this situation, I would have already made the reservation. When I find out Carrie's cooking, I already have like 3 reservations on hold because I know I'm going to leave this hungry and like we need to go somewhere where I actually get to eat. And they start getting into it and they're kissing. I take it back. You're an excellent cook.
Can you imagine those like cheesy Velveeta kisses? Like I don't.
The breath must be terrible. It's abhorrent here. And then we get into where Carrie is just so insufferable. Like, she's testing the water because she's wanting to get an answer out of Big that she's not explicitly saying what she wants to get out of Big. You're expecting him to read your mind at this point.
Perfect example of why Carrie needs a therapist. Somebody to be like, that's not how we clearly communicate with another person and ask for what we want.
So we're left at, like, the same place that, like, Carrie is, like, feeling weird about it. She's like, I've seen Big again. Like, girl, if you're feeling this way about it, then, like, there's clearly a problem.
She needs Orna.
Orna on the Horna is what she needs.
Out of here.
And she's stumbling down her A-line and runs into Miranda. Miranda's like, oh my God, Carrie. Oh my God. And she's got the iconic New York little coffee cup in her hand, the bodega coffee. And she's like, well, what are you doing up at 7 a.m.? She's like, oh, you know, teeth cleaning, likely story. And then Carrie tries to pivot immediately to distract her and, like, ask about Ethan. And Miranda's like, well, he's just more interested in the girls in the video than me. It's like this determination of, like, as a woman, you're like, I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to be hotter than these, like, women on the girl on the TV, to quote LFO.
Girl on TV.
The girl on the TV. That's one of the many songs about Jennifer Love Hewitt. There's, like, 4 or 5 songs about her.
Yeah, she had a real muse moment, yeah.
Yeah, which, good for her. And Carrie's like, oh yeah, no, you deserve his undivided attention. And she's like, that's interesting, you're wearing such a nice outfit for the dentist. She's like, oh, laundry day. And Miranda just, like, buys it, and they go on, and she's like, I feel horrible. I've never lied to Miranda before. Carrie, this was just, like, you know, Miranda's your closest friend, like, in the group. You could had, like, such an easy opening here.
It's just classic Carrie. Oh my gosh, we're all watching this happen and just being like, oh.
And back at Samantha Jones headquarters, she's getting into it with Thor. And she's like, I bet you sleep with all your clients. And he's like, it's always been kind of a fantasy for me. And he's like, well, why don't we take a shower first? And he says, are you a dirty girl? This is so insane. Okay. And she's like, I guess that depends on your definition of dirty. And this man starts shaving. And he kept right on shaving. Now, okay, how did he start this practice? How did he start shaving women's pubic hair?
Samantha seems, like, titillated by this, like she's enjoying the sensation of it. I didn't see him lather anything. It's a complicated process to do this in a way that it doesn't hurt and end up making you bleed. So, like, what the fuck?
And then he's doing, like, topiary.
The precision that has to happen. The red flags in my brain would be going off. I'd be like, oh my God, he's, like, Van Goghing my pussy right now. And
yes.
He's saying he's never done this before.
Samantha, come on.
And, you know, I am of the, you know, persuasion. We don't need to be shaming our pussies. I was born like this, baby.
I guess she's experiencing, like, you know, God in the highest, Hosanna in the highest here getting shaved. Could it be us? And we cut to Carrie's, the gals are together. She's like, what is it about men wanting to shave your pubic hair? And Miranda's like, it's obvious, they want a little girl.
She called it out, and they were calling it out. They were going, why you want it bald?
We shaved her into a lightning bolt.
Shape.
I know the way she says shape.
A shape.
I have to say, Thor, lightning bolt.
I know.
It took me.
Yes.
I never got that reference until literally this viewing. I was like, oh right.
And Carrie says from the bathroom, it sort of looked like X marks the spot. And Samantha's, like, preaching the glory about grooming. You know, it's a very neglected area, but people are really starting to pay attention. You can't just let it grow wild anymore. There's a whole business dedicated to the upkeep and management of pubic hair, which then I consulted a scientific study because I was like, now, what percentage of people are, like, grooming? Most women, 64.3%, and men, 62.2%, of course, preferred complete removal of female pubic hair, and this preference was more pronounced in younger women and men.
Oh.
I don't ever buy these stats because I know that I used to be that girl. I used to be that girl that was like, I actually, like, love shaving and I love giving head. I'm not like other girls. I actually, like, really like to have a bald pussy. I just do. Like, whatever. If that's your preference, hell yeah, go off. But do the reflection to ask, is this because I want to be desired by men, or is this because it's my actual preference?
Exactly. Yes. Oh, and then Samantha says, it says as much about you as your shoes. I don't think it does.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
Sure doesn't. And
Miranda's like, oh, very talented stylist. And they're like, Carrie, come on. Like, what the fuck are you doing in there? We're at your place. Like, what are we doing? And Charlotte comes in. You didn't have to get all dressed up for us. And Miranda, I love this line. She's like, well, why not? You did your hair. And so Charlotte has no idea what's, like, going on. on coming into this. And she's like, well, I'm meeting Lydia and her friends later on tonight. And Miranda, dressed like a lesbian, says, have you heard Charlotte's a lesbian? And Charlotte's like, come on, I'm not a lesbian. And Miranda, like, spills her tea. She's like, she's been out with them 3 times in the past week. She's like, come on, they're cool and they buy art. And of course, and then this foreshadowing from Miranda, I was a major lesbian in the 4th grade. Wendy, Kirsten, we kissed, it was nice. And then no one responds to this because we're letting the truth and the air hang loudly.
Oh my gosh. But also the line read of Charlotte of like, come on, I'm not a lesbian.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not. Like,
I'm a sweet girl.
Stop.
And Samantha, like, gets to it. She's like, they know you're straight, right? And Charlotte naively is like, but it's a non-issue. And they're like, no, you have to tell them. That's right. You're nothing but a big clit tease. And
I love the way the two of them, like, in sync. Like,
I know.
The blocking
is so good. In this intimate little, like, 1-bedroom. She's like, but you're telling me a straight woman and a gay woman can't be friends? And I love this line from Samantha. You can't expect to move to Wonder Woman's island and not go native. And it's just, you know, sweet Charlotte just thinks she's, like, friends with the gals. When it's like, girl, come on, read the room.
They're all so right.
I know. Everything, like, it's like they're telling, you know, Charlotte, you're going to have to, like, actually face the music eventually. And we're, like, digging into where's Carrie, what's going on. And we find out Carrie's diaphragm has gotten stuck. Miranda spills all of her business. You mean while you were getting your teeth cleaned this morning? And she's like, well, I can't call my gyno or one of you's going to have to give me a hand. And we get Samantha, the most woman of them all, downs her martini. And she's like, I just had my nails done, and gets it done. And the gals are clomping down the streets of Times Square to go to a movie, which I was like, that's shocking behavior.
Times Square is a nightmare, and this nightmare conversation would happen in Times Square.
Exactly, yeah. Walking past the Bubba Gumps and the Olive Garden. And now Carrie, the jig is up. She's got to tell them who she's sleeping with. And she tells them it's Big. And of course, they are rightfully all pissed off. You're sleeping with Big. What makes you think it's going to be any different this time? He was such an asshole to you. She's like, come on, not really. I was like, shut up, Carrie. Like,
delusional.
Face the music, delusional. She was like, I don't know. I'm like, not sure they are. And they're like, if it feels okay, why are you sneaking behind our backs? And she's like, we've got this physical, chemical kind of connection. Oh, God. And she's like, I'm not in the mood to see a movie anymore. And she leaves her girls in the dust in front of the Virgin Records.
Classic Carrie. She doesn't want to be confronted with the truth, so she just walks away.
It's
walk
so
away.
infuriating. We'll just walk away. Bye. All right, they're going to go see. I was like, I meant to look up what movies were coming out around this time, so maybe they're seeing like Truman Show. It's 1999. Carrie's facing the music at the apartment. The problems, my friends were right, without a sense of what happened, where it was going. Unfortunately, she glamorizes smoking in such a way that's like so problematic. And we go back to lesbian headquarters. Charlotte is now meeting the queen bee, Patty Aston. And this is her home, and she's taking flying lessons. She has a home in Telluride. We're going for Easter. Lydia wants her to come. We meet Patty Aston, played by Jodie Long. And Patty is here to get down to brass tacks. I've heard so many wonderful things about you. I know Lydia would love it if you could come to Telluride, and there's something I think everyone wants to know. And Charlotte, of course, is like, what? Do I blow my hair out? Like, what do you want to know? And Patty says, are you gay? Charlotte's like, no, I'm not. But I do so enjoy the company of all these women. It's like, girl, you can't just like, you know, have it both ways. I'm just spending way too much time and attention on men. It feels like such a safe, warm environment. I feel that I am straight. That connects to, like, the female spirit. And she says, sweetheart, that's all very nice. But if you're not going to eat pussy, you're not gay. Just say.
The most iconic line ever. Yeah. And I just, like... I have two wolves in me. The one wolf is like, yeah! And then the other one is like, they know. They know she's straight. But also Charlotte giving the like, although I do feel that I am straight. Girl, I've said that. I've said that with my whole chest.
Imagine a world where Charlotte ends up with Che and not Miranda.
Oh my God. I would love gay Charlotte. I would love that.
I know.
If you got a ragtag team of lesbians to do a spec script, Che and Charlotte, I don't think the world would be able to handle that episode.
But we cut to the steam room. Samantha's feeling it out, and this other girl is sitting next to her, and she shows that she's not the only one who's been struck by a lightning bolt, and she's upset, that asshole, and Samantha discovered that lightning does indeed strike twice. So Thor, as we knew, was lying to her. You can't just be, like, blindly shaving a lightning bolt and think that that's the first time he's done it. Like, Samantha, you know better. And we're back at porn headquarters, where she was forced to see Nanak of the North at Alice Tully Hall, and they are watching Steady as She Blows at Ethan Watson's Porn Palace. Now, I had to look up, I was like, is this a real porn? Now, here we go, everybody. This is the cover of Steady as She Blows. It was made.
Look at all the fonts.
It's incredible. Like, the way she's making eye contact with the camera.
Yeah. I'm going as that for Halloween.
Yeah!
The Steady as She Blows cover.
And he pauses. This is horrifying. He tells her to hold it right there. Rewinds. The sound of the rewind while they're mid-thrust. And Miranda takes her, she hops off, says it's either the woman in the video or me. And he's like, Miranda, it's not that simple. I've been involved with some of these women for years. This man needs a fleshlight and call it a day. Like, I just...
Mm-hmm. And here's what I've got to say. Miranda, that remote stinks. That apartment stinks. And the fact that you went back in there not once, not twice, but thrice now, you know that rewind button, the like etching on it is just gonzo.
And we go to, oh God, she's like, Big took me out dancing, a thing we've never done before. Jesus Christ. It's like an activity that makes it as difficult as possible to have this conversation.
No, Carrie, you make it difficult to have this conversation.
Because literally, you can't say what's on your mind ever to this man, you 33-year-old woman. She's like, so does this mean we're seeing each other again? He's like, if you say so. This is an infuriating response. Well, yeah, because you're also not like asking directly like what you want. So like, what do you expect, Carrie? And he's like, I don't know what officially means. Every mode of my life is for real, baby. Oh! She says, well, why did we break up? And he was like, well, you're the one who left me high and dry with 2 tickets to St. Bart's. You know that man, if he wasn't on the Peloton, he would have been on Jeff Bezos' yacht, like stuck and stranded there a month ago. She's like, well, you didn't say what I wanted to hear. And he was like, that's it? And I wanted to tell him that I was afraid he could never love me the way I wanted to be loved. And I was afraid that maybe he didn't really have the capacity to love anyone but himself. I was afraid that given the chance, he'd break my heart again. I guess I was afraid. He's like, I sure did miss you, officially. But I did listen to a hell of a lot of Sinatra. I guess we were back together. Everything about it is bad. Carrie's not being direct about what she wants, so she's never going to be happy. And Big is also, like, not wanting to commit.
This couple. And to just know how it plays out over
and over again.
I can't get
over and over again. So that's the end of the cheating curve. It's upsetting this is where we end.
Bring them back. Show the episode of Telluride, because I know that got messy.
Yeah.
I would love that. It's an episode none of the main characters are in it.
Yeah.
It's just the power lesbians and Telluride.
Well, how are we feeling? Any final thoughts we've got on this episode?
This episode has everything. It's perfect.
Rogue, we want to thank you so much for being... This has been like just a gift and a treat for us. Rogue, where can everybody find you? What would you like to plug? What do you want? How do you want the audience to find you?
Find me on TikTok and Instagram. It's at Rogue Schmidt, ROGUESCHMIDT. I do live shows. Hannah Beck and I, fellow Central Illinois lesbian, we are doing a little mini tour this year, so stay tuned for that. I've got an email list. You can find that on my website, rogueschmidt.com.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much. More Sex and the City recaps to come, everybody. And we're on Instagram and TikTok, and let's keep yapping and tell us who is yanking that diaphragm out of your vagina. All right, we'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.
Bye.